my side. We're moving to the real meat now with 5 fabulous projects. And the way we'll work it is the standard format of 6 minutes of presentation with a gong and then 6 minutes of questions. And we will have 3 presentations followed by a break and then another 2. So I'm inviting up on the stage the 1010 Solar Schools team. We've got several presenters coming up. I didn't nice to see you.
Right, I know how strict you are with timing. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
I know how strict you are with timing here at TFN, so don't start time yet. We haven't started. Great. I'm Lizzie. I'm here from 1010. 1010 is a really powerful, simple idea which is about getting everybody from schools, businesses, hospitals, individuals and big business to cut their carbon emissions by 10% in a year. We came to you with this brilliant idea back in September 2009, and it was just a couple of people, volunteers in the Age of Stupid office, trying to make this idea work. TFN provided the seed funding that turned 1010 from a brilliant idea into an effective organisation delivering tangible outcomes. We're a small team, we're not well funded, but the power of this simple idea has meant that we've now built this incredible alliance of people doing 1010, so cutting their carbon. We've got their 4,200 businesses, we've got schools, hospitals and so on. We're absolutely thrilled that results are now coming in from our 1010 organisations, and just in the last couple of weeks these organisations have reported on their 1010 commitments. One I'm excited about, because my baby girl was born there, is UCL Hospital. That's a 13% cut in their carbon emissions over the entire hospital. Just incredible. Now we have what we think is another brilliant idea, solar schools, and we do hope that TFN can be the seed funding that makes it happen.
So the idea actually didn't come from us. It came from this school you can see behind me, in a relatively poor area, Fox School. Now, they used their 1010 commitment period to do a whole load of things, but the crown on the cake sort of was this solar panel rig that they have there. You're going to see half of it there. They've used that to actually inspire the local community around them to invest money back into their greening work and after schools club. We thought, if this school can do it, if Fox School can do it, why can't we make this work for schools up and down the country and actually turn it into something that starts to shift the narrative around renewables? So we put our thinking caps on, we thought of lots of organisations that inspired us, including this one, and the idea we've come up with is called Solar Schools. The idea is really simple in its essence. You crowdsource the cost of installing renewables from the local community, from the people that will be affected by it. Using the money that comes off the energy savings and from the feed-in tariffs, you actually put that money straight back into doing good in the local community. So the connections start to be made between green power, between doing good, and actually having more after-school clubs, or more teachers, or more of the sorts of things that improve our world. And by doing that, in the process of doing that, you actually will give something like 300,000 people over the life of the scheme their first positive engagement with climate change. So that all sounds very good, but how does it work in practice? Well, the core of the idea is a free, beautiful fundraising kit that's given to every school in the country that wants it. This is at its heart. It's a website that every school in the country will get. They get a virtual roof. It's filled with virtual panels, and parents, local businesses, everyone from the local area can buy individual cells. And when they do that, they have their little photo in there, they can leave their message of support. You can have local businesses giving their support, and it's a way of tying together the community in a way that was beforehand impossible to actually do. Now, it's actually big money when you actually start to add up all those little donations, as you guys know from your fundraising. And what it means in terms of a school, we estimate the average school will be able to afford something like a £30,000 panel. And the money that comes off the back of that over 25 years is £100,000 back into every single school. That's big money, and that's going to achieve big results. But of course, being 1010, it's not just about the online work. It's about the voucher checkbooks that parents go and sell with their kids door to door, and at fireworks nights and at fun fairs over the summer. It's also about the lesson plans that come with this idea, to actually embed it in the heart and have kids going back to their homes saying this is the impact that it's had. And it's about beautiful branding and changing the imagery of climate change. So it's something that people actually want to be involved in and want to engage themselves in. So, how are we going to make it happen? First of all, we need to make this toolkit work beautifully. So, we're going to pilot it in Reading this summer and autumn with 10 schools from different backgrounds. Refine, test, build the perfect tool set, make it work on the ground. And then in 2012, think Jamie's school dinners for green energy. 2,000 schools across the UK, celebrities working with us, maybe even a documentary series. Maybe a partnership with a big national supermarket who might do a Tesco's computers for schools equivalent for green energy. And after that, who knows, maybe some of the other 40 countries that work with us might want to take forward that idea. Now, since working at 1010, I haven't felt a buzz like this one since we actually started. And these organisations, before they even know that the pilot's coming and actually going to happen, have already signed on. We're the project lead, 1010, but we're also working with Mumsnet, who have 1.3 million mums online, and who we're going to work with to try and get their first engagement with climate change. We've got Reading City Council that's going to help with the planning and help make sure it works from a local government point of view for the big rollout. And we've got lots of installers and energy companies and panel manufacturers who will do below market rates, so all of the parents' money goes straight back into their school. So essentially, climate change is dull, renewables have a bad reputation. What if you could give 300,000 people their very first positive engagement with climate change? I think that's what this does. I think even if you look at the scale of Reading, with 10 schools there, you'd be talking about investing £1 million into the local community over the next 25 years. But we need funding to get this small ball at the moment as it is, rolling down that hill and turning into an avalanche which starts to send the tide on climate change. So thank you very much for your time.